Okay, on to the next project for the little witchy cabinet, and I am going to try and make chicken feet. So I thought about all the different ways I could do this, and I figured the easiest way would be to set it on wire first. And as before, this is going to be a very, very simplified version of a chicken claw, chicken foot. So obviously if you wanted to make this a lot bigger, start with the wire, but then flesh it out a bit with tin foil, because that'll make it lighter and you won't waste as much clay. So first of all, I want to make a rough chicken foot shape. So I'm going to bend here. I think that's going to be enough. Yep, that should be enough. And I'm going to squash this bit, whoops, and then just twist the wire a few times round. Bend it out. So I've got this. Then I'm going to bend the wire again, squash the bend, and then once again wrap the wire a couple of times around, and then do the same again. Pinch it, and then get those out of the way. Go round a few times. Now this one may end up being slightly bigger than that one, we'll see. So now you want to squash all these together. And then using that bit you had left over, twist it a little bit. If you need to twist these are obviously going to be the feet. Spread that out a little bit. If you need to twist these some more, see this one's got a big gap here, so I need to twist that. So that's a bit better. Okay. Right, this bit back here, you want to make this extra little bit out the back here. So, and all I'm going to do with that is, this one's actually slightly longer than the last one I did. I'm going to twist this. Which way do I want to twist it? This way, come on. Oh, it doesn't want to twist. Never mind. This one is definitely not done as well as the last one, but it should be okay. I'm not going to be too fussed. So I'm going to cut this back a bit. And then fold back that end a bit so that it's all hidden away. So now you've basically got 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next you want to pick your clay. Now once again, mine is leftovers, and I like to use leftovers apart from the fact that you can, if you're blending different colours, you know that if you're oh dear, let's get these words out. If you're blending different colours, you know that once they're blended properly, that the clay has been blended enough, and it's going to be, what's the word, conditioned. Your clay will be conditioned. So I'm looking for tools here and they're all down there somewhere. Right, let's get that bit in the bin. Okay, so next we want to get some strips of clay. See, this has been lying around for a couple of minutes, so it's okay. So you want to take your chicken legs and then just start wrapping them with clay. You will need some black clay. This is not going well. I know some people do like to dip their armature, I suppose it is, in a bit of Sculpey or Fimo Deco Gel or whatever, but I don't think it's necessary. Okay, get a bigger bit. Okay, so I'm going to start up here. I'm going to start at the top and then work my way down. And then you just cover it. You don't need to make it too smooth. A few bumps is going to be fine. I'm just going to make sure that I've got that bit covered because it's coming off a bit. Which is why you need to twist the wire really, because it helps keep the clay on. Gives it something to stick to, which is why foil's good. If you're making it slightly bigger, remember to use foil because it just makes it easier. Right, I'm just going to wrap that bit around there for the minute. As you can see, not having too much luck with this. I need to get my clay tools out. I thought it would be easier this way than actually making it completely out of clay, but we shall see. God, dear, I used to make miniature dolls. Why is this so difficult? Take that bit off there. Okay, so you keep going until you are covered completely. So I'm going to do that, cover up my chicken legs, and then I will be back. Okay, as you can see, it's only done roughly. It doesn't have to be too perfect. After all, it's a chicken leg. Kind of looks like a deformed alien hand. So the next thing you want to do, focus, focus, focus. Oh, come on, focus. It doesn't like focusing very much. There we go, focused. You want to roll out some dark coloured black, dark grey, even dark brown. Now you can do this bit all in one and sort of make little talons at the end of the claws and then paint them. But then you'd have to make the inside bits slightly longer, and this is just easier. So you need 8, and you want 2 smaller ones, and then 2 larger ones and 2 kind of medium ones. No, 4 kind of medium ones. Let's get this right. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, now you want to make tiny little cones. Like so. And you want them roughly all the same width around, but obviously you want some longer. Oh, they're going to be quite long, so let's... Right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make that into that shape and cut it in half. I think that might work for me over there. Okay, so I'm trying not to get my head in the way. But sitting back here, I'm trying to see what's going on there. It doesn't help very much. Okay, so the smallest ones, let's get this a bit. Okay, the smallest ones. Now, if you want, you can use Fimo to help stick this, but you want to kind of like push it slightly onto the end, but slightly over. So you get kind of like this diagonal effect. Okay, and then you want to curl it. So this bit here has to be blended back slightly. And then just curl it round. So you get this kind of effect. And you want to do that to all the claws using the larger one in the middle. So you kind of gently put them on at first, not wobbly. You want them all quite straight. And then you can just squash them in. Blend it a little bit. So you get this effect. Hopefully it will focus. There it goes. Okay. And you want to do that to both of them. And you can blend it a little bit on the back there as well. Okay, and then the last thing you need to do before you bake it is put the lines on. Now if you look at a chicken leg, it's actually, the pattern on it is quite intricate. We're not doing that. You want something that's got not a sharp edge. Now this is an old steak knife, but it hasn't got a sharp edge. It's quite blunt, and that's quite useful for doing what I want to do next. So what you want to do, gently hold it, and then you want to go and make little lines all over it, and you want to go around as far as you can. So you get this effect. If it focuses. Come on. It will focus. You can see it's got kind of little lines on it. Hopefully you can see that, and you want to do that on every single one. And then up this bit as well. So listen, this is just a rough way of doing it. It's not accurate. If you want to be more accurate, you can spend time doing the proper pattern that it's supposed to be, but trust me, it's very intricate. It will take you ages, but it depends, you know, how much realism you're going for here. And this is obviously not a real chicken leg because it's too small. And these creases here, I'm going to keep those. I'm not going to take them out. And you do that, and then you bake them, and then we are going to paint them. I know a lot of people like to make these in black and keep them black. This way to me is slightly easier, but you want to make these grooves quite deep. You don't want to be too nervous with it. Okay, so when you've done all of the lines, you want to bake it. Before you bake it, make sure everything's straight and how you want it. And remember that you want the claws pretty much facing the same way. Okay, so you get this sort of effect. If it will focus. It doesn't want to focus today, does it? It's not going to focus at all. I hope you can see that, but there we go. So that's the kind of effect you want, and then bake for the two of them. Okay, they've been baked, as you can see. So now I want to paint them, and I want to dry paint them. So I'm using just really cheap acrylic paints and a dry brush. And then I'm going to brush it on and see what happens. Too much paint. Okay, so I'm going with the dark brown first. I think I want it darker than that. I think I'm going to add a tiniest bit of black to it. Or maybe a lot of black. You want to get it so that there's hardly any paint left on the brush at all. Try and get in all the crevices. Okay, next I want a nice bright colour. This is yellow ochre. Let's go over and see how this looks. It's gone slightly green. Right, oops. I'm going to go with a bit of lemon yellow. So I don't really want to rinse my brush because that just makes it, the colours don't go too well. Okay. I can play with this. This is good. Right, I am actually going to wet this brush now. I'm going to get off some of that paint. I'm going to wash some of this off and see what happens. Oh, I quite like that. That I like. So I'm going to pick up the colour and kind of do a wash with it. And then dab it all off. I like that. Once again, it probably won't focus, but it doesn't want to focus, does it? It's so annoying. So I don't really want it green. I want it more. I'm going to go with a yellow, I think. And pat it off. And then the last thing I want to do is to get some varnish and varnish the claws. But that I quite like. That will do me nicely. So I'm going to go over again with this. more. Oh, I've already got some out there. Silly me. Dry my brush off a bit. Okay, once again, dab it off. Keep going, dry brushing, wet brushing until you get the effect you want. And I like that. That will do me nicely. I might put a little bit more in there. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now there is another stage you can do if you want to, apart from the varnishing, and that is you can make a hook at the end. So I have to cut down the wire. And then, now I'm not very good at this. I used to be a jewellery maker, could you believe that? And I won't quite... there we go. On that bit at the end, so bend that over. There we go. That'll do me. Don't like the way this one's turned out. Let's do it again. A bit smaller, I think. There we go. Okay, and now I've got some old feathers. I do actually have pheasant feathers. I do have real rooster feathers, but I'm not going to use them because they're slightly big. Put the paints away. And I'm going to need a bit of glue. What glue do I choose? This will do. This is Gorilla Glue. Clear Gorilla Glue. I have these little feathers. And I just want... now, I don't know if these are quail feathers or pheasant feathers, but these little bits, I want those. So what I'm going to do is place a little bit of glue just around the top, and then obviously I don't want the feathers to be too long. I only need a tiny bit, and you just want to stick your feather bits on there. I think I'm having a bit too much fun with this. I do. And I think we'll have the top of one of these. Like that. You have it sort of like coming near the top, like that. So you don't have to be too exact about it, so you just got a little bit of feathers there. And I think I want, so you can usually take the bits that you've cut and then just, whoops, cut an extra little bit off sideways. So you can see I'm getting rather sticky. There we go, that'll do me. Just a little bit of feather that's kind of sticking up, and I've still got the hook there in between. So there you go. Chicken leg. And that, when I've glazed the bottom bits there, that will go into the cabinet. Like I say, these aren't planned. This isn't something I've ever done before. This is all on the spur of the moment. Let's see if I can do this. I'm not a great planner. I'm not one of those people that plans out things for everyone else. I'm just like, let's have a go. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, well, then we've all learned a lesson. Now, if you want, what you can do is grab some clay and wrap clay around the top just to neaten it off. That does look rather good. I might do that, even if it means rebaking. And this Gorilla Glue will stand the small amount of heat it will take to recook it. So that's not a problem. I think I might do that actually. So I've just got bits of feather everywhere right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of clay around the top, and I think I'm going to choose black clay, and then I'm going to rebake it, and then I'll come back to show you what that looks like all finished. Okay, my chicken feet are out the oven. What I'm going to do now is quickly just paint quite roughly the talons here, the claws. There you go, there's one. And I'm painting them on both sides. There we go. That quick rinse. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I've decided, is to paint this bit here just roughly with a bit of gold. There you go, one. These haven't long been out of the oven, so the gloss will dry really, really quickly. There you go, that's done. Tie that up with a bit of string, and they will be all ready to go into my little cabinet. So there you go. Chicken feet. I'm actually quite pleased. I think they look pretty cool. Just for an experiment, something I've never done before. Like I said, I used to make miniatures, but never made chicken feet before. Not this sort of size, but there we go. Chicken feet. Thanks for watching, people. Bye for now.